Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Uncut Takes podcast. This is episode 19.
Give it up.
Yeah, a lot of things have gone on since last week.
A lot, apparently.
Is it just me, or does it feel like it's been more than a week?
It feels like it's been a lifetime.
It really has.
I've worked every day this week and I work every day next week. So
Yeah.
That's an L.
That's definitely rough. But like, we actually did take a week off, and for some reason, this to last week feels longer to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why. Anyway,
But yeah, it's, I like that the most recent thing that I put in got
Yeah,
bumped
because
up to the very
I want
top
to hear
of the
about it the
list.
most. That's what when you make the schedule, you get to decide what we talk about.
That's fair.
The
game changer.
Yeah, Thursday, I'm at work, working in I'm not going to say where. I almost said where I work. And I get a text from Nick, and it's just a Facebook, like, marketplace. And I couldn't see what the picture was.
Yeah.
And he just said, if you don't buy this, I will.
That can mean a lot of things for our friend group.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And then I'm messaging, I look at the truck. It's a 1990, it's a car. First of all, it's a 1993 F-150.
Yeah.
It's white with a big baby blue stripe going down the side of it. And yeah, I'm like, I just got off work and I'm like, just still like
Vibing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a 1993 F-150. It was very nice. I started messaging the guy. I'm like, "Hey, is this truck still available?" That was at like
before noon.
That was before noon. Let's say 10 o'clock.
Okay.
I think Nick messaged me at like at 9 something.
Yeah, it was early.
10 o'clock, I messaged the guy. 2 hours go by. No response. I sent him another message. I'm really interested in buying your car. I used to have a 94. Telling this guy my like backstory on my
Yeah.
regret on selling my 94 and my tragedy of owning an 06. And then it says seen by everybody. No response. 3 hours go by.
Yeah.
And then I sent a message. I am very interested in all caps
Yeah.
to talk to you about your truck. I want to know if it's still available and
Yeah.
please let me know. Seen by everyone. I then text Nick and I say, hey, not getting any messages from this guy. Do you mind messaging him as another buyer?
Yeah.
But in reality, it's just me again.
Oh, did you do my gaslighting strat? Did you do
No,
my bidding war strat?
No.
I then send it like a final message to the dude. I'm like about to fucking report the guy on Facebook Marketplace. Like this guy
He might have a job that he can have his phone.
We'll get there.
Okay. That's like you're not messaging the corporate representative for Ford. You're messaging a guy, a human
just some
being,
random
just like
guy.
you.
And he's I don't want to like take off your earphone real quick, Nick.
Okay.
Nick and Kevin are whispering to each other with the mics muted.
Right.
Talking
Yeah,
about
don't.
if we should discuss
yeah,
a certain
don't.
factor of the
All right.
transaction.
Anyway, back to that. I finally get a message back from the dude at like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's, oh, sorry, I'm at Long Beach. Like, I'm not going to be home till Sunday, but my son is home.
Yeah.
And I thought he said his son was Jeff.
Yeah.
His
And
name is not Jeff.
and so I get out of work and I text Nick, like, do you want to go? Right before I got out of work, the guy called me.
Yeah.
And he said, like, oh, Long Beach Island, here for the weekend, won't be home till Sunday. So tomorrow I need to go get my second pair of keys from him, which I'm just now realizing.
Yeah.
And he said, but you can go there today and look at it. My son will be there. He can give you the keys, everything like that, take you around the
Okay.
block. And then I text Nick, would you be willing to look at this like tonight?
Yeah.
And he said, fuck it, sure. So
Yeah, that's verbatim, I think.
we go to, oh, by the way.
Oh, is this going to be the handing of the money?
Kevin's reaching for his piece.
I need to-
Did you spot Kevin the extra $300 to get the
Extra
We'll
1,600.
get there.
What?
We'll get there.
I spotted him
Hold
a
on,
lot of
hold
money.
on.
Okay.
Here's 950, and I will get the rest tomorrow.
Okay.
Kevin,
This
that's
is for
smart. That's
gas.
smart.
This is for gas in the morning.
Pay back your debts on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This is good. I had a whole plan to shoot him in the head, like in the podcast.
I thought Kevin was reaching for his piece there. He was going to settle that debt real quick.
Yeah, pull a fucking
debt-free.
scene from the Joker.
Yeah.
Pretty good beer. Anyway, I go pick up Nick.
Yeah.
Then we head to the guy's house. He lives very close to a place we love going to that has a lot of.
Okay.
Which is also like basically where I bought my car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's almost in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, well, we could like you could say the name of the place. There's a bunch of them everywhere.
There's
They're
like
not every.
4
There's a bunch of them locally.
All right. it was 5 minutes away from a nifty 50s.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get to the guy's house, and we're like, as we drive up to it, he was inside. It was so yeah, he came outside.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, you guys, the guys?" And I said, "Jeff?" And he goes, "Jesse." Jeff's my father. And he just hands me the keys, and he goes, "All right, I'll be here." And then me and Nick get in the truck, and we're taking around the block, wild block. Nick goes around the block. And we
Bring back the sweet
then
memories.
go back to the guy's house, and Nick's looking underneath it. I don't really know anything about cars. That's why I brought Nick.
Yeah.
You are all lucky. My availability is just like open for numerous things.
And yeah, that was nice. And then we walk up to him. We're talking to him, everything like that. He knows nothing about the car, even though it was his.
It's a little rude. He knew things about it.
Like I texted him today, and I said, "Is the window tint like tinted glass, or is it like a tinted film?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "No idea." So that was rough. So all day today I've been looking at good ways to get window tint off glass. So far what I found is using a steamer works well, because if you peel off with just a razor blade, then you're left with the glue underneath, and then you have to scrape that off with a razor blade.
Yeah, I have no experience with that.
If you do it with a steamer, then when you steam it up, you pull it slowly while still steaming it, and it heats up and pulls the glue off.
Okay. Good luck.
Hopefully.
I know. Tomorrow I have a DMV appointment at 8 a.m. in Cherry Hill. Never been to the Cherry Hill DMV before.
You go to Cherry Hill?
Yeah.
That's ass.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was scheduled to work at noon.
Yeah.
So I could have just gone from work there.
Yeah, yeah.
Turns out I'm not scheduled to 1.
Yeah.
And then I say to the guy, like, we're gonna go talk it over a little bit, do like a football planning strategy. So then me and Nick, he goes, okay. Me and Nick walk back behind my car, and we're talking about it. Nick's listing off the things, what could be fixed on it that probably should be fixed at some point. Clearly it has a leak. It has a really annoying whistle once you get up to 45 miles per hour.
Is that the turbo? Is that the turbo kicking in?
Oh yeah, totally.
That is what I'm imagining. If you look through the passenger side and look at the shut driver's side, you can see daylight coming through.
And all of the bushings like in the door need to be changed. Like bad. Like really bad.
Hopefully that what cures the...
Yeah.
It will, I'm sure.
And the door problem, if you open up the driver's side, the cab light doesn't come on.
Yeah.
If you do the passenger side, it does.
It's just a little...
I know, that's the
little
small...
wiring.
He's mentioned that 4 times. I'm like, dude, that is a non-issue.
You are
I disagree. I like being able to see in my car at night.
Maybe
when
I'm
I
used
need
to
to
mine
get
not
something for the
having
passenger
that.
side, which I always do.
What did you say?
When I need to get something for the passenger side.
I get everything from the driver's side.
But that's you just said it. You just say passenger side. You said passenger side, no?
The passenger side
Passenger
works.
side
Oh,
works.
okay.
Driver's side
I think
doesn't.
you said the
Driver's side
passenger
doesn't.
side didn't work.
No, passenger side works. Driver's side does not.
It's just the most nitpicky.
Whatever.
You were
Anyway,
born. You were
anyway.
born to do this. By the way, in case you
Anyway.
didn't know, this is what you were born to do: negotiate about cars.
Front left driver's seat has a tear in it. That's why it's got that
the blanket.
that hippie shit in it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
The steering wheel is like completely deteriorated. That's why it has the cover on it.
Okay.
And it was listed with 2 working 18-gallon gas tanks.
I don't think it specifically said that, but when you talk to the guy, did he say it?
When I
had it
talked to the
still?
guy,
Yeah.
he said that it has that.
What do you mean
these
talk
2
to the guy? He
things-
means talk to his dad.
Yeah,
to the guy's dad. His dad said it had 2 working 18-gallon gas tanks.
Uh-huh.
So then,
To my surprise, I go under the car. I look at it for a good 5 minutes, and I go,
me and the guy were talking, and then Nick goes, "Oh, just a question, but how long has it not had 2 gas tanks?"
Yeah. Oh my god.
so very unexpected, but
yeah.
you know.
And he goes, "Oh yeah, I kind of noticed that too."
kind of.
Yeah, I may have noticed that.
And when you come across, he's we're like walking back up to his house, and like we couldn't see him anywhere. I thought he was sitting on the curb,
Yeah.
like around the other side of his other truck, and he was on the porch just smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
And then he comes out, and we're talking to him. I'd love to buy this truck. And
Real quick before you get into that, so me and Kevin talked behind his truck a bit about it, and
Yeah.
he's like,
Oh,
he
yeah,
went
yeah.
and waited on the front porch, and then Kevin walks into like the guy's front lawn and goes like, "The fuck? Like, what'd you say? You said something that sounded like you were gonna fight him."
No, when I walked up to the house and I couldn't see him, I thought he was on the the curb.
Yeah.
And I said, what are you, DUI in it and sit on the fucking curb or something?
Yeah, but he said it like loud across the guy's
Yeah.
lawn, like, and he was like, "What?" Like, dude, if I was him and you yelled that to me randomly, I'd have been like, "This guy wants to fucking fight." Like,
Anyway,
dude, that almost escalated a little bit.
I say to Nick on the side of the car before we go up to his house again.
Yeah.
And I say, after he's done listing off everything that minor things that are wrong with it and some things that need to be fixed with it. And I said, so what are your thoughts? Would you buy this car? And Nick said, if you don't offer him $2,800, I'm going to offer him $2,800. And I said, okay. So then we walked around to the front and then I said, I want to buy your car from you.
Yeah.
And he says, but you don't like it enough to where you just want to walk away. And I said, I want to buy it, but would you take $2,600 right now for it? And he goes, thinking. He's thinking.
Real.
And he goes, sorry, I'm thinking of a riddle to give you. And if you get it.
Oh, here being a fucking riddler. Jesus.
I'm thinking of a riddle to give you. And if you get it right, then I'll buy your car. Or you can buy it for that price.
For that price.
And he's just thinking. And he goes, all right. And then he shakes my hand.
And just to make sure it doesn't sound like Kevin just lowballed the shit out of this guy, it was listed for $3,000.
Yeah.
And then there were some things. So it was a very reasonable.
Yeah,
it's-
especially
he
since it
didn't
had
go
the missing
like,
gas
you want
tank.
7,000?
Yeah.
Best I can do is 2,600.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't
I
like
literally
that.
got tipped at work a $2 bill that night, and
Yeah.
I was about to just say like, here, $2 bill, take it or leave it.
Dude, you gotta hold on to that $2 bill, dude. A $2 bill. Good luck.
I gave it to Moy. I already have one.
Okay.
I
That's
get
good
like
luck right
3 of
there.
them from my one grandfather.
But yeah, the dude was fucking hilarious. And then we then go inside of his house to do first before that, I forgot about the payment thing. I said, I'll give you $2,600
Jeez, yeah.
cash right now. And he goes, that's when he said about the riddle. And then he said, all right. And he shook my hand. And I said, all right, me and him are going to go drive to the TD Bank because there's one near here. It's like one fucking 6 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
We go to it.
It was like 10 p.m., by the way.
Yeah, it was like 10 p.m. And I pull on the bank door and it's locked.
Yeah.
I thought I could get to that ATM in there.
Well, can't you swipe your card?
Yeah, I
Like, swipe
think
your
you
debit
swipe-
card and get in.
Not at the one we went to.
Okay.
Maybe it's only that select few then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to the ATM out back. And I put my card in and didn't know the max limit you could take out of a debit card a day was $1,000.
Really?
Yeah. So I tried that. Nick looked it up. I tried entering in 2,600 and hit enter, and it said, please choose another
Dude,
amount.
did your account get locked? Like,
Yeah, we'll get there.
okay, that's the part I don't know about.
This is the main part of this
Oh my
podcast.
God,
We'll get
dude.
there.
You didn't write down gas station clerk at the top. That's what we should have started with.
No, we'll do that next.
We'll do that
we
next.
can get there.
And so I'm like, oh, fuck. Nick says it says you can only take 1,000 out at a time.
Yeah.
So then I enter it in 1,000. It gives me the 1,000. It says, would you like to do another transaction? I type in 1,000
Yes.
again. And it says, you have exceeded the limit. I said, all right, 500. You have exceeded the limit. So I couldn't take out any more money. And then me and Nick get back in the car and I drive up to him and I give him the $1,000.
Yeah.
And I said, would you be able to do the rest on PayPal?
Yeah. To which he went, yeah.
Yeah, he went,
Hold on.
Do you have Venmo? And I said, sure.
Kevin's kryptonite, dude. Fucking Venmo.
I have a Venmo. And
he has a Venmo. As in, he gave them his email address. He has no card set up. He has no bank account set up.
Yeah.
He has never done a transaction.
I've tried hooking up my TD bank card. And when it says search banks, if I type in TD, nothing comes up.
Okay. Anyway,
That's false because I have it hooked up.
I'll show you after this.
so the guy can't do PayPal because he's having issues with his login.
Yeah.
Kevin can't do Venmo because Kevin can't log in.
Because
So like we're sitting there, like the title's getting signed. This guy's not getting his $1,600.
Yeah.
And we're like,
I'm literally about to sign like the thing
final-
that says that the truck is now mine.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, wait. Before you sign that, you mind if I get my money?
Yeah.
yeah.
so then I was just like, I can't fucking watch this anymore. I'm just gonna send you the goddamn money, Kevin. You owe me $1,600.
Well, the thing is that I tried logging into my PayPal. And it said, I logged in, but it wouldn't allow me to send him money.
Yeah.
I did not know.
because his account was locked.
Yeah, because my account got locked.
Because you were
okay.
trying to,
Oh,
to
okay.
pull out
Because
the
I
money.
tried pulling out a shit ton of money
Yeah,
at an
Fulton
ATM.
Bank's like This guy trying to get $2,000 out of an ATM at 10 p.m. and then and then wire someone over $1,000 within 10 minutes.
But yeah, I couldn't get the money out, and then I tried logging into my Venmo, and like Nick said, I didn't have any of my shit. Oh no, wait, was it Venmo or was it Cash App?
Dude, I've never even looked at Cash App. It was Venmo.
Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, we're signing the paperwork for the car and everything like that.
Yeah.
Nick pays the gentleman, and everything's done. And like as I'm filling out the paperwork, Nick just goes, can I get your phone number? Like, you sound like a great guy.
Before we get to that, it was the tattoos. You talked about his tattoo.
Yeah. He goes, damn, you got a Lancer tattoo? What, you play Gears of War, bro? And I said, yeah, and Halo and Hunt Showdown. He goes, his guy's super wide. He's like, yo, you play Hunt Showdown? And I go, yeah. And he goes, Xbox or PC? And I go, Xbox. He goes, get out of here.
Yeah, and then we got talking about games and stuff, and
he's like, you guys play PC? And he said, what about CS:GO? And Nick goes, oh, I love CS:GO.
And that's when I had my I lit up moment. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then he friended Nick and realized that Nick was in like the top 3% or something like that.
But it was pretty cool. By the way, his Steam bio says bombs in every baby cereal bowl.
Nice.
Okay, nice. Wow, very nice.
That made me laugh so hard when I saw
Very
that.
nice.
Dude,
I was talking about how EA lost my shit, so I had to make a new account, and I talked on Microsoft support for X amount of time. And he's like, I said, yeah, so why would I want to sit on Xbox support with a guy that can't speak English on the other side of the fucking planet? And he goes, yeah, well, I mean, that's like fucking everyone. And I said, not EA. If you say to EA, I want to talk to someone that speaks English, they'll put you over to somebody that's their number one language. And he goes, that's funny. And I go, no, I'm serious. And he goes, that's based.
Oh God,
dude, he had
guy
me
sounds like a
laughing
riot.
so much. When we were leaving,
he was tall as shit. He
he's
made
like
us look like
6'6" or something.
Yeah, he's like
short.
short.
6'6".
Jesus.
God.
He's huge.
But
we need to find more short people like me. Damn it,
I know,
Jesus.
we're only going up.
Yeah, this is fucked.
We got his phone number, and then I said, "Smile. This is for your picture, for your profile, your contact picture."
He didn't ask him. He just said,
This is the body stance.
Okay.
We're in his kitchen. And
This is
Kevin
the
just
face.
goes, I'm going to take a picture of you.
Okay.
Kevin just goes, I'm going to take a picture of you. And
Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
and the guy's mom was right there too. And I was like, Kevin, you want to at least ask a guy if we can take a picture of him in his own house? And he goes, no, honestly, this is pretty funny. Jesus. Oh, he was such a funny guy.
That's
oh,
funny.
shit.
He's like, how old are you guys? And I was like, we said how old we were.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I thought you were older than me.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been getting that a lot recently. I've been getting that a fucking lot.
But as I'm signing the paperwork, he's like, that's a nice watch. And I said, yeah, it's a Seiko. And he goes, should have known about that before I told you it was $3,000.
Dude, when we were actually leaving, I drove Kevin's truck home.
Yeah.
My face was wet. I couldn't stand.
Oh, yeah.
I was laughing so hard from everything.
I said to him, does the seat liner, the seat cover, and the steering wheel cover come with the truck?
Yeah.
And he goes, yes. Ooh, but can I keep Jesus?
He had
a
little girl Jesus
on his dashboard.
Like a little hula Jesus. Oh God.
pretty
So he's
funny.
like, keep Jesus, we're good.
And I said, you can keep Jesus. He goes, yes. And he goes in there and rips it off the dashboard. It was on the dashboard with that plastic Velcro that Easy Pass uses.
Oh God.
Yeah, he ripped that off the dashboard.
It didn't fuck up the dash,
No,
did it? Okay.
And he goes, yeah, man, I gotta keep Jesus. Jesus is my protector. His last car, what was he driving? His last car, it was like a Nissan or something like that.
I don't know what he said.
He had the Jesus on the dashboard of that when he got
right,
T-boned
right.
by a drunk driver,
Ooh.
and he wasn't injured at all.
So that's his charm right
so
there.
with the money that he had at the time was when he bought this truck, the truck that I own now.
Yeah.
And then with the settlement money, he bought his new truck.
Okay.
And yeah, so Jesus saved his life. He got T-boned with some paraphernalia in the car. Is that the right term for that? For those objects?
Yeah.
For these kind of objects?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What, a firearm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, got T-boned with it was him in his car with a bunch of other people, and he got T-boned when there was a bunch of guns.
Okay. That's interesting.
He had a very good story about
He had a very
it.
good story about it. You'll hear about it at some point.
I would say if we ever meet this
funny.
guy, I need to hear the
Like
story.
I don't know how to impress this upon you two. I knew this guy for an hour and a half, and I felt like I knew him for 10
He
years.
has the same exact personality as Needsy.
That's funny.
Oh,
my gosh,
God.
dude.
We already got one.
We don't need two.
One's AFK at the moment.
Yeah, well, yeah,
true.
but
But yeah, that was a great experience. First car that I've ever bought in that kind of way.
Yeah.
The other car, my first truck, 94, I bought it for $800.
Yeah.
And
If only you could have talked him down to 800.
that'd be great.
Dude, I would have shot you in the head if you offered him 800. Like, that's just
the
disrespectful.
whole way home, like after we got back to my house and we dropped off that truck and then I drove Nick back to his house.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm driving Nick to his house, he's just like looking around the cab and everything, and he goes, "I regret telling you about this."
Yeah, like, I didn't really
You'll find
need
one,
a truck.
You'll find one.
But if I were to buy one, that would have been the one, probably.
Yeah.
There's plenty of fish out in the sea.
It's true. It's true.
But yeah, it was a great experience. Now we'll do a little jump back, 2-3 hours prior to that moment,
Right when he picked me
right
up.
when I pick up Nick from his house to go look at the car.
Yeah. This is like a Tarantino movie. It's
I
like
know.
3 hours
I
ago.
have
our version of Pulp Fiction.
$14 in my pocket. $14.
Yeah.
14.
When we go to the Canoco, I can say the name of the gas
that's like,
station.
there's a ton of them. Yeah.
And it's outside your neighborhood, Walter. And it is amazing that you trust them with your fucking debit card. Because I don't trust them with paper.
Yeah.
I say to the guy, I said, 14.
First off, the guy's talking on the phone. He says hi to Kevin. He goes,
Yeah.
"Hi, Kevin." I know. And then he's
He
on the
says, "Hi,
phone.
Kevin,
like,
he knows me.
Like he's on the phone, like yelling at somebody for like 5 minutes after he says hi to Kevin.
But it's in like that language.
Yeah,
and,
it's some other language.
I said, if I just spoke to him in gibberish, how many of those sounds would be an actual word?
yeah, like so he says,
Was it an older or younger guy?
younger guy.
Younger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he says
Okay.
hi to Kevin. Then he yells at somebody on the phone for 5 minutes. then he comes back to the
up,
window.
and I say $14, and he goes 140. and I go $14, and he goes 140 14.00. Oh, okay, 41. And I look over at Nick,
God.
and Nick just like about to fucking burst
die.
into tears and die of laughter. And I'm just like, am I the crazy one here? And I look back at the guy and I go, 14.00, $14. And he goes, 140? And I go, $14. And then I put the cash in his hands and I go, you fucking count it. and he's counting through it and he goes, 140? 0? And I said, yeah. And he goes, all right. And then I see him enter in 14. How fucking difficult was that? Nick was fucking dying.
Yeah,
The older guy that works there, he knows. Like, he knows it.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. Like I'm about to tear up thinking about it. It made me laugh so much.
Jesus.
Dude, that was the worst
Dude,
fucking
that whole
experience.
night I laughed so hard so
Yeah.
many times. But
Well, not to mention that I missed the gas station the first time.
oh yeah,
And then I did like an illegal backwards U-turn
Yeah.
into the
Oh,
parking lot of the
God.
gas station.
Yeah.
And then pulled up to the pump.
It is what it is.
Oh my god.
I think that's everything we had to say about that that adventure. though.
Yeah.
Experience, dude. That's what it was. It was a fucking experience.
So yeah, now we got a
And then fast forward to 3 days later, I'm driving here,
Yeah.
with Nick and Walter in the car, and I just see Kevin standing out front, and in front of your brand new truck, and I just looked at Nick. I went, he didn't, and Nick just goes, he did.
I hear Nick Wayne down the street with his window down as he's driving down the street from my house, and I just hear, "What the fuck?"
It's like what? I was like, God, what the? Dude, I love that thing. They look so pretty. It looks
It
so
does.
damn
Yeah,
pretty.
I know.
Dude, I was saying as I was getting out of the car, the two-tone is so fucking nice. It's so the thing-
Two-tone's
it's
underrated
undefeated.
as hell,
It could
man.
be
It's
shit piss
undefeated,
color.
yeah.
Just the fact that it has two colors, like I love that. I
I
adore
worry
that.
that it's spray paint because I want to try putting some wax on it.
Right, like it doesn't have like a clear.
Yeah,
coat
you,
on
you,
it.
you
Yeah, I
have, to,
was
you'd have to
saying.
clear coat it first. That was gonna be my next
Do you?
thing.
Yeah, you'd have.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it's matte.
yeah.
My old man said you should just try put some wax on
We
it.
could try
and
that
buff it
first.
on.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
you
hurt
could.
anything.
Yeah, wax will come off. The clear coat won't.
Yeah.
Not usually, anyway.
Yeah. After a lot of sanding.
Yeah,
Unless you see me with the heat gun at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
burning off your paint.
yeah,
It'd be a black spot.
Yeah.
What's this?
yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. We're planning on putting. I want to get
Second gas tank.
yeah, that
That's on the list.
the hope is, since I work late I don't go into work till noon every day this week.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to work till 1, but I have that fucking and I hoping that if I wake up at 7 a.m. every day,
Yeah.
I can get off shield and off my
Okay.
window so that I can drive each other.
Oh, this is asking my dad. What if 5 people?
Yeah, the
listen
thing
to
that
this
we
podcast?
asked 2 weeks ago.
Nah.
But Kevin, I would like to make a trophy for you and me, I guess, too. We're going to have our own club. It's just called the Daily Driving 30-Year-Old Car Club.
Hell yeah.
Because
Okay,
you're
right.
the only other member.
Yeah, the truck was made on like
Plus
the
it was in
12th
the
of
past.
next month. So next month on the 12th will literally be the 30-year-old
Yeah,
birthday
no,
of that
exactly.
car.
Hey, I did
Very
it
nice.
before any of you did it. Okay, I did it
It
before.
wasn't
was
30
cool.
when you had it.
Fuck
Dude.
you.
It was 93.
Fuck you.
It was like 27
It
or
was
something.
still old. Fuck you.
Damn.
Roast.
But yeah, the plans for it is new gas tank, take off the tint, and first burp of the
Girthy.
night. And we're gonna lay down some like probably gonna do like birch or oak boards in the back.
Okay.
So do a wood bed bottom.
Okay.
Do white bed liner spray on the sides of the inside, and then put one set of stake body stakes on top boards, and then with one half.
Okay.
That way the back windshield won't be covered. That way I can still look out the back
Yeah.
windshield.
Yeah.
You should put a gun in the back.
That's what I was talking to my old man about, and he's
Put
like,
that stagecoach
and
shoddy in
my-
there.
The other night, my uncle's over here and they're having a fire, and I'm sitting out back. My dad goes, "Remember what I had in my old truck?" And his uncle, or my uncle looks over and goes, "Oh, that's right. You had the shotgun rack in your car."
Hell yeah, brother.
But yeah, can't wait for some of the fun things that are going to come from this truck.
Dude, that's gonna be you gotta let the boys get in on some of that DIY shit. Home improvement.
Oh, hell yeah.
Some
Are you
weekend
shitting
projects,
me?
dude. I
He
love
is
that
relying
shit.
on me. If I died, that truck would never have a single thing
Nick
fixed
dies,
on
he
it.
has to give the truck back.
Yeah, if Nick died, I'd have to go to Tim. So,
Yeah.
Have to go to our backyard mechanic.
yeah.
Yeah. A true Giga Chad.
Damn, I already done the beer, huh?
Yeah, I'm drinking
Damn.
a
It's
beer.
pretty
It's
good.
been a half hour.
Yeah,
pretty
we've
good
been
beer.
talking about this for a half hour
Yeah.
over here.
The only reason you're not done is because
Um,
you've been the one talking most of the time.
But, yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
That was the story of the trip to get the 93 F-150. It's nice. I like it a lot.
F-150.
Brand new
F-150.
dashboard, brand new heating and
Okay.
cooling.
And it's only 2-wheel drive, so I don't have to go on the 4-wheel drive.
it has
Yeah.
213 or 313 miles.
200.
200.
It's not 300.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
But
13.
it has a new 2-year-old transmission in it.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
And it's the old inline 6 Ford 6-cylinder.
Okay.
It's about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It has. It's not a dual pipe, but it has like. the
It's
two-
got dual exhaust, but it's a single pipe
That's right,
to the rear
yeah.
bumper. Then it goes in. So it's not it's not like a V8
Yeah.
real
Mm-hmm.
world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It still looks
six.
neat.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, it's
The
nice.
fake.
Yeah.
There's the underneath the hood looks very nice. There's a very, very, very little rust.
Yeah.
It is the least amount of rust I've ever seen on a 30-year-old vehicle, California.
Really?
I'm not kidding.
Damn.
Like that's why I would have considered buying it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because it was very clean. But yeah, if it was owned by a fire station or something, it was probably in a garage for 25
Jesse,
years
if you're
until he
listening to
had
this,
it.
we told you the name of our podcast.
He texted me about it later, so he knows of
Oh,
it.
if you're listening to this, we found out why it was painted orange or red or whatever the fuck that god awful color is. Is it actually used to be an emergency services vehicle? So it was either a fire truck or ambulance kind of a thing. I'd imagine fire truck, not an ambulance, just because of how red the whole thing was.
Yeah.
And then found out also that the bumpers were never chrome, so that's nice that they ain't over chrome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's funny. So it saved lives when it was, in the force, and now you will take lives with it.
yeah.
It'll go back to zero
I
eventually.
am the vessel that transports civilians to the afterlife.
Gotta give yourself a coin and give you a coin.
But yeah, Jesse, great guy, fucking
Love him.
hilarious. Can't wait
Sounds
to
like
have
it.
him over for a bonfire or something.
Yeah.
I said, do you smoke cigars? And he said he can't because he's just instinctively
Inhaling.
And I said,
We could change that.
and then he said, but you put a pack of cigarettes in his hand, he'll just drag through them.
Jesus.
God.
Well, now that we've talked about Kevin's truck for 33 minutes,
And that's the name of my truck, is
Jesse, that's what you're gonna
Yeah,
name
that's
it.
the name of the truck.
That's really what you're gonna name it.
That's
Yep,
hilarious.
It's got the thing around the mirror, and if I
Yeah.
try to take it off, it's too tight to where it'll definitely explode.
You can just cut it, but whatever.
Yeah, but then I have to retie it. It's now named
Yeah,
Jesse.
Kevin
Okay.
wants. He's either going to wear it as a cock ring or it's going to be on his
Yeah.
mirror. It's one or
Okay,
the
hey,
other.
whatever floats his root beer, I guess.
Oh yeah, but I texted him.
He's on his way over now.
Yeah, he's on his way right here. This is when I asked him about the glass being tinted, and he said, I assume it's film. I said, Kevin, by the way, the guy bought your truck. And then he sent the fucking, like, the dude's...
No, it's just some other guy asking about the 93 F-150 he
he
used to
sent
own.
the dude's kissing emoji. And I sent him this picture that just says shame. And he said, sorry, mixed signals. So I sent the early with a pride hat on.
Yeah.
And then I never got a response.
Okay.
That's amazing.
That is pretty good.
So what you got for us, Wayne?
What do I got for you?
Yeah, it's been a while. We had all these topics from last week's that we never
Yeah.
got to because we talked about Los Angeles for over an hour. Now we've spent half an episode about something that happened 3 days ago.
There's another big thing on the docket that I can talk about.
What?
Which one?
Which
Just
one?
say it.
So the
Just
other
go
the
for
other
it. You're
night,
on the roll.
the other
Go
night
for it.
I'm home
Yeah.
and me and my dad are out back drinking. I'm smoking a little, and we come inside and we're laughing. You know, everybody's fucking happy, and my sister and mom are asleep. And he goes, I want to tell you something, but you can't be angry. And I said, all right. He said, you can't be upset. And I said, what the fuck's that supposed to mean? And he goes, well, nothing. And I said, what, you got like fucking cancer or something?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, but I'm going to use that as a bar. And he goes, I'm divorced. And I said, what? And he goes,
What?
your mother's not my first wife.
He just decided to tell you this
And I said,
now?
I said, what the fuck? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What, I got some bastard brother running around? And he says, yeah, no, it's just your mother said to me like a few years ago, like, so are you ever going to tell the kids for it? And he went, why the fuck would I do that?
So is it
and-
just one beer too many? He's like, it's time to spill it.
I guess. He told my sister a while ago, and I don't know what a while ago is, but I wonder how long she knew before I knew.
Kevin, they decided they had to wait to tell you because of your precious little feeble innocent mind.
Yeah, I know.
Couldn't handle that.
I don't know if they thought I was going to get angry. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Kevin smash.
And yeah, Kevin
I'm,
smashed
I'm
beer
just
bottle.
happy. I'm just happy you don't have a half brother or something
I
out there.
know.
Dude. If you had a brother,
That
you'd
he
be
knows of.
unstoppable.
That'd be rough.
His dad could have stopped talking after the divorce
Yeah,
thing.
good.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Oh, that's funny." And he goes, "Okay, I'm glad you took it that way."
Yeah.
I said, "What the fuck do I care? It's your fucking life. I don't,
Yeah.
anything you did before the conceiving of me is your fucking business."
Anything you did before 9/11 is
Yeah.
your own problem.
Hey man, where you were on 9/11 at the exact time is none of my business. But
It might have been a coincidence.
but yeah, and then I found out that she was like, I'm not gonna say which that doc. She had a job that she was the first of as a female in the entire county.
Okay.
God.
And they moved in to the apartments when you were in on like we don't live in this town, so I can say the name of
You
it.
could
Right?
you could be super vague. I'll pick it up. Walter Wall.
The
but-
main street of the town over there that's not the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right after you get past where the Pet Boys used to be, there was apartments.
Yeah.
Yep.
They used to live in those apartments.
Yeah.
That's where they moved into when they first got married.
Gotcha.
And I by the way, if this feels awkward, I said to my dad, I said, can I talk about this on the podcast? And he goes, sure, I don't fucking care.
Okay.
And he goes, yeah, so we were married for a little while. And he said, they used to have a cat, which my dad fucking hates cats.
Oh.
But he liked the cat a lot. So that's like the first time I've ever heard my dad talk highly of a cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two big thing.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, well, that's where I lived before we got married and before we moved in, or before she moved in.
Yeah.
And he's like, so every single day, his friend group was basically our friend group.
Yeah.
the way we talk and acty. And he said they were like Pavlov dogged into like thinking that they could just come over whenever they want, walk in the door, take food and beer out of the fridge and drink it. Yeah, just do whatever they want in his house because that was the way it was.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He didn't fucking care. They were all friends.
Yeah.
And then she moved in and they didn't stop. And
Don't tell me that's why they got divorced.
This silence is
that was
very strong.
That
with
wasn't
this
like
one.
the number one. It was one of the number
They
one.
made it
It was a
reasons,
big
five.
reason.
but like it after they got married, they just realized that it didn't really work,
Okay.
and that she hated his friends.
Oh.
She saw into the future that whatever son he would have would be retarded. So he's like, fuck that. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Couldn't find it in her heart to raise a special needs child.
Yeah, and so then they got divorced, and he said, or she left a note saying like, or no, because it was his apartment. Was he said like, take what you want, doesn't matter what it is, just take what you want and be out of it by
so in time
like so and so time.
Yeah.
And then
comes back, apartment completely empty.
he
Box.
he came back to the apartment and she didn't take anything at all except for the cat.
Damn.
That was it. And the only thing that he still has from that was, I think that is from his apartment.
Oh,
that
wow.
TV stand, I think.
Okay.
And there's like a table over there that he uses as a workbench sometimes down here.
Yeah.
That used to be his kitchen table. But yeah, so my dad's... you can imagine how weird it was. You know, my dad being like the Ned Flanders, I feel like, of the Boy Scout troop. Like he breaks the rules sometimes, but for the most part, he's
Pretty-
Well, I'm not
pretty
like a
swell guy.
I think I'm going to speak for the group. We're not like strict Catholics here. It's not like he was doing like biker
No,
crank.
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
no
It's not-
shit.
It's not like we found out he had a conviction for
No,
but
it's
a federal
still
crime.
weird.
It is
It's still
when-
weird,
'cause-
like him being the person that he is and the way that he acts and talks.
Especially since you're a son, you know, your
Exactly.
entire life you've
Oh,
known
yeah.
him and haven't known that.
Yeah, and haven't
for
known-
us, it's
yeah.
been like 19 years I've known him.
Exactly.
19,
Yeah.
20 years
Oh,
I've known
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
You know? That's funny.
So pretty interesting.
Yeah, because he told me this when you guys
Yeah,
were.
you guys were in California.
Oh, okay.
and I came over for a bonfire and he told me, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I saw you wrote that. You wrote my dad's divorce or whatever.
And then
I'm
you
like-
immediately wrote Kevin's parents' 34th year anniversary. I'm like, did something
Oh
go
yeah,
down?
no,
Like,
they just.
I
had
didn't
their
think that. I was like, is this some kind of funny like epic joke? Like, is this some kind of a?
They just had their 34-year anniversary, which
that's a long
and
time.
Yeah.
my dad comes home from work and he goes, "God, I just fucked."
That's just her first
Okay.
name.
yeah, that's fine.
Says like, "Oh my God, like forgot about our 34-year anniversary." Like he just completely forgot.
Yeah.
And my mom goes, "God, so did I." And he puts his hand on his forehead. He goes, "Whew."
Close call.
Isn't that insane though? They've had more anniversaries than years you've been alive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
10 more years
Oh, yeah.
than birthdays you've had.
Yeah.
They've had anniversaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nutty.
Yeah. And my mom was at my dad's first wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Yeah. My mom was there at my dad's first wedding.
9/11, a coincidence?
My dad, yeah.
Kevin's mom being at the first wedding, coincidence?
But yeah. I'm glad things went the way they went.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wish they were the other way so I wouldn't have never met you.
No, I'd kill myself to hear a woman talk about that great achievement that she made in the early county years.
Oh, okay.
That was a scuffed bit. Anyway.
Yeah.
How do you even continue from that?
Yeah.
Moving on.
seriously.
This is kind of like a like an LA thing that it happened to me in LA, but it happened to me before that as well.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't include it with the general thing. It's just the most recent instance. I'm getting on the plane.
You can cut that part if you want.
You're getting on the plane?
I'm getting on the plane.
I'm also getting on the plane.
You were already on the plane.
Okay, was that time?
Okay, yeah, thanks, asshole.
He's
I'm
talking
gonna
to
keep
me like
talking
I
now.
wasn't fucking there.
Because you were there.
I
but
was next
you,
to you.
you
I know
were
what you're
there, but
talking
you were
about.
far enough away where you didn't experience this.
Okay.
I'm getting on the plane. You're already there. Nick's already. In case anyone was wondering, Nick is already seated on the plane.
I'm
'cause
heartbroken you
'cause
didn't tell me about this.
He had priority boarding. And I'm getting on, and the male stewardess, whatever you call that guy.
The flight attendant.
Yeah, whatever. He goes, oh, hello, sir. How are you doing? I said, I'm doing good. How are you? And he goes, I'm doing good. How are you? He does it back to me. We already know how I'm doing. He does it back to me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm good. And I just kept walking.
You should have said
And,
it
and
back.
but it makes you wonder. He did it without thinking about it. He totally didn't realize, or if he did, he
how
felt
far
it.
would he would have gone?
How long do you think that the longest one has ever gone with two people who are just like either high or sleep deprived or
Beer,
just
please.
generally stupid? How long do you think that could possibly go on? How long do you think
times.
like
limit.
two people could just go?
I think. Well, 3 times would then be him saying it a second
Yeah,
twice. which would be 4
three
times.
full.
Oh,
cycles.
3 full
Yeah,
cycles.
like hey, Nick,
I'd say
how are you
that.
doing?
How you doing?
you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me how you're doing though.
Good. How are you? Good, how
A
are
big
you?
part of it is
Good.
is-
How are you? Good. How are
I'm
you?
doing good. How are you?
That's an echo.
You just keep going back and forth. I'm like, how long do you think that could possibly go on?
I think
for?
you could each say it 3 times before.
I
Something
thought
and
clicks.
you'd both have to be mega inebriated.
Oh, yeah.
and tired. like
I was
Stoned.
yeah.
I was
like,
thinking about saying, I'm like, we already know how I'm doing. I was just
You
trying
should
to.
have said that.
How are you?
You already know how I am, motherfucker.
that's such a good. We already know how I'm doing.
We're
Stare
here,
him right in the eye.
we're here to talk about you.
That's
bud.
when you whisper in his ear, "Don't be."
Yeah, on the plane. How to get executed by LAX airport police? A 3-step
ASAP.
process.
5 stars
hero.
immediately. 5 stars immediately.
Fucked up.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
That's funny.
Speaking of the heroes of the community, Kevin said he saw
me
some.
every day, I help
Shut the
everybody and I
fuck
get
up.
nothing for it. Anyway.
Kevin said he saw some cops spark a dude.
Oh yeah, so I work at a dispensary now, and these cops came in. I was like, did I like accidentally sell to somebody underage or something?
Yeah.
And the one cop fucking buys a fucking
Yeah.
And I said,
Shooby-doo by doo.
I thought hey, I'll make a sale and all, but I thought like cops can't smoke or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said, for cops in New Jersey can smoke now off shift. I don't know how true that is.
It's true. As long as they don't work for the federal government in some way, shape, or
Yeah.
form, or as long as their funding doesn't come from the federal
Federal
government.
government.
Interesting.
Yeah, he
And
said
states
he
where it's
said
legal,
that,
it's legal.
That it's legal, and they have. I have no idea how this works either. He said they have a test that they do for you, and if your like potency level of whatever's in your body or whatever,
Yeah.
then that'd be like going into work drunk.
If you're intoxicated.
So I have no idea how that works. Like, just give you a fucking blood test on the spot or something.
Yeah, I
little
don't
pee
know.
test.
Like, sorry, you have to
little pee
wait
test.
an hour and a half for the results to come back, whether or not you smoked this morning or not.
I don't know.
Can you take this piss cup home and then email it to me?
Yeah. Can you email that piss to me, please?
But then I
Send that
dumps it into the
fax
fucking
machine at the
printer.
station. Can you
then
fax over some piss real quick?
But then I said, like, oh, that's pretty cool. And he goes, yeah, so when I'm off the clock, I can be as stoned as I want. And as soon as he gets out the door, which I'm pretty sure that, like, yeah, so once he gets out the door, he literally lights up the dude and then gets into the driver's seat of his car and leaves.
Was it a cop car?
No, it was his car.
Oh, okay. Well, he was in like uniform and shit. Yeah. Jesus.
Oh man.
Like, he
That's-
came in,
That's bold.
like
dude.
everything on.
Yeah,
Even like a windbreaker.
Dude, if you even like said his badge number on here, he'd probably get fired.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, yeah, he'd be
that's
investigated.
cannot
That's
do
a
that
little
in
rough for
uniform.
optics, dude. That's a little
I
rough.
support that, so I cheers you, good fellow.
good
I'm not a big
citizen.
weed enjoyer, dude, but I think you should be allowed to drink and drive, like just a little.
What does that
That's a hot
what does that
take.
have to do with weed?
Well, like
that's
smoking
Wayne's
and
Uncut
driving,
take for
drinking
the
and
day.
driving. I can't speak on marijuana. I don't smoke it like that.
Right.
But the like you should be allowed to have like a beer in the car. I think that's something that's a belief that I have. Like
You know, like, have you seen that old California like ad about when they were banning?
And I was in like Alabama, and there's a guy in his truck. He's like, I
That
don't
was
know
in
what that.
California.
It was.
That was
Are you
yeah,
sure?
What?
I'm
what the
serious.
fuck are you both talking
There's
about?
an old ad
from like the 80s or something.
Yeah, from when they were getting rid of drinking and driving in the
Yeah.
U.S. And it was a like a fucking like someone's like was running for president or governor or something like
Something.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like a campaign ad. It was like, what are your thoughts, California citizens? What are your thoughts on them passing the ban on you not being able to drink and drive?
Yeah.
And all of them were like, if you ask me, that's pretty fucking communist. Like, I should be able, there's a lady like drinking a beer in her car while her baby is
Yeah.
seatbelted into the front seat.
Yeah, in the front seat.
It's like, and she's like, "What the fuck? I think I should be able to come home and just drink a beer when I'm done done work."
There's this videos. These people going like, I don't know what these people are doing, but after a hard day of work, a man can't have a beer and get on the road.
No,
This is communism.
Everyone is calling them communists.
Yeah, they
and they're all
all
from
say that.
California.
Don't get me wrong. I don't support drunk driving. I support drinking and driving. There's a difference.
I don't support drunk crashing.
Like no, yeah, I support
I am
driving.
a beverage
Exactly.
driver.
No,
I'm not an alcoholic.
like there's been like more than one occasion where you and me are sitting in the driveway and we're like working on a car or something.
right, it's like, oh, gotta go run, do something.
We have a beer cracked open because we're just sitting in the driveway and we go, fuck, we got to go to the auto parts store.
Yeah.
We either have to chug this beer or leave it here.
Yeah, I
Like,
know what you mean.
To just like to not
able
be a criminal and keep the thing
If
in the
you
car with
chugged
me.
it, you'd be buzzed while driving there.
Speak for yourself, lightweight.
Well, depends on how many beers you're going
No,
through.
we're-
Like if you're
we're
on your
just-
15th beer,
No, we're not replacing the engine. We're just fucking with the
All right,
car. We're
Kevin,
having one beer, 2 beers.
Whenever I work on your truck, I can only be fucking hammered.
all right. bet.
I have to drink half
Half
of a handle
Nick's
of
gonna,
rum.
Nick's gonna use
Kraken.
a wrench and just be like, wrong size. Put it down, pick up the exact same one. Wrong size.
Dude, speaking of wrenches, you know what I just seen on Amazon the other day? This is like a mechanic like gag gift thing. You can get a big metal cage with glass over it, and it says "in case of emergency, break glass," and it has a 10 millimeter socket in it.
Figured.
I was looking
sounds
for
really funny,
I was
though.
looking for something similar to that for something else, and
Yeah.
I just like I'm just googling like
That's hilarious.
emergency glass break box thing.
Gag gift.
And I see that pop up over and over and over again. I'm like, honestly, dude, I might buy one of those.
That's really funny.
I might buy one and just like mount it in my truck somewhere.
Just bolt it to the ceiling.
I might be doing that.
That's really funny. I love that.
I've scored.
But yeah,
Oh, one thing you didn't talk about. So how did talking to TD Bank go after the very fraudulent appearing
they
transactions?
said, did you get a text from us last night? And I said, no. And they went, are you sure? And I went, yeah, I am sure. And they went, did you check? And I said, and I checked. And she goes, is it there? And I go,
No.
yeah, you're right.
You're the idiot. Oh, okay.
I'm the idiot. I didn't look. I just called, and she said, "Okay, did you click on it?" And I said, "No. If I didn't know it was there to begin with, and you know that now."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Click on it," and I said, and I click on it, and then it just says, "Were these transactions you?"
Yeah,
I hit
yeah.
yes, and she goes, "Did that fix your problem?"
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And she went, "Have a nice day, sir."
So you're telling me I didn't have to loan you $1,600?
You still had to because I still couldn't pull any more money out of the ATM.
Yeah, dude, the first
This asshole.
First National Bank of Nick over here.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Dad,
Yeah,
can
at
I
some
borrow
point-
money?
Can I get a quick 1,600?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wouldn't do that for my family.
I'm glad I'm held higher than that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that can't be held higher than most, the kid is stupid story in the log.
Oh.
Me and Moore were talking about going on a trip to Blackwater Falls, West Virginia, where the part of not the town, but the part of West Virginia my family's from.
Right. Yeah.
And my dad was like, because me and him have been there to the waterfalls, and he's like, you used to be able to fucking go swimming there and like crawl around the rocks and shit.
Yeah.
And
Now you can't because you get radiation.
No, it's a communist country and they don't let you go in the water.
See these rocks? These are pure uranium.
but he's like, now they got all this fence up and shit. You can't go down there. And I said, well, yeah, because people die. And he goes, yeah, well, back in the day, fucking little Billy runs behind the waterfall, slips and cracks his skull open and then drowns in the fucking river. That's his fucking fault. That's called, he said, that's when the cop says to your mom, that's called natural selection. Your kid's an idiot.
Dude, if police talk like that now, they would get like burned at the
Oh my
stake.
God.
Yeah.
dude.
But that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Don't get
Oh,
me
yeah,
wrong.
100%.
Same.
But, yeah, I thought that was funny.
I love it.
Yeah.
Since we're actually
Yeah, we're-
pretty into this, do we want to just do the memory lane section to wrap it up and then save a lot of this still?
Yeah, fuck it.
Because we,
What, the
we
me-
just have
me and
so
Neezy
many
thing?
things. Well, the two things.
Yeah, I want to start with the other one first.
Yeah.
Just because it was
It's in town now.
It was goddamn, dude. It was
it?
yeah,
carnival?
it was,
Yeah.
it was fresh in my mind because the other day I was at an amusement park and I was there with Katie and she was like, "Oh, like are you good with roller coasters and shit?" And I said, "I haven't been on one in a long
As
time."
long as
but
it doesn't spin.
I was that's what I said. I said I haven't been on one in a while, but I cannot do spinning shit.
Yeah.
And someone else
Love
can
spinning shit.
Someone
Me,
else
I
could tell
love
the
that
tell the
shit.
fucking story from there.
So
man.
anyway, Wayne gets on the thing, and he throws up.
Yeah.
it's called a gravitron. So it's the one where you lay up against the wall.
I
and
thought
when
it was
it's-
beforehand.
There was a beforehand, yeah.
Yeah.
But beforehand, we
beforehand
went
one.
to the ice cream place.
No,
at the
that
carnival.
Wayne threw up once, and
Yeah,
then
he
he got
threw-
the
he
ice
threw
cream.
up-
and
You threw up twice.
He threw up
It
twice.
wasn't on the
What was,
Gravitron
what was the
both times.
before thing?
I forgot.
And
I'll
it was,
tell you the other- I'll
it
tell
was
you
like
the
a
other thing.
roundabout
There
type
was a
of thing.
thing that it spun. It had carts on arms that spun this way, but then the carts were spinning the opposite,
Opposite way, yeah.
So you were getting spun clockwise, but the seat you were like the whole apparatus was spinning clockwise, but your
Yeah.
seat was spinning
So
So
counterclockwise.
Wayne was sitting in a device that caused vertigo.
Device.
yeah.
So
I was strapped into a torture device.
Pretty much,
after
yes.
that, we go on the Gravitron, which is the one where you lay up against the wall and it spins, and when you spin, the wall actually shifts upwards because of inertia.
Yeah.
And Wayne throws up, but since it's
Before you go to front, I remember I was like,
I forgot I had about it.
I was like almost directly across from you during that.
Yeah.
And I remember like
Probably
watching
watching
you
me
going
melt.
like, you were going like,
Yeah, Wayne was
and
bobbing
just back
like,
and forth.
and then
Yeah.
when you throw up, you don't go forward, you turn to your side.
Because of the inertia.
I know. I
He
was
turned to
forced
his
against
side,
the wall.
and then he threw up.
Vomited like
So-
on your shoulder and the wall.
So they literally shut down the ride for a little bit until they cleaned off the vomit. That was it. They just hosed it off. That being said, we then get back in line. Wayne first goes to the ice cream stand and brings back a.
He's like, I'm feeling so much better now.
He's
Like,
holding an ice cream cone with rainbow sprinkles on it.
Yeah, baby.
And he's eating it, and he's eating it, and he's
Yep.
eating it.
Finishes
we get
it.
back on the ride. He is then spinning again. Walls go up. Wayne then doesn't turn his head, and he just continues to look forward while vomiting.
Did I vote all over my? I don't even
So
remember.
it's going down the side of his cheek and then getting thrown into the air.
yeah.
And Tyler, another one of our friends,
Yeah.
one of our friends at the
Yeah.
time, slowly used all the strength in his body to lean up.
He's
slowly
smaller
looked
than me.
over,
He's smaller than me.
Slowly looked over at Wayne and just goes, "Taste
the
the rainbow,
rainbow,
bitch!" And then he slams his head back down.
Yeah, this was like when that Skittles ad was everywhere.
yeah.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious.
I completely forgot you threw up twice.
Yeah, he
On
threw up
the
twice.
same ride.
No, it wasn't on the same ride.
It wasn't on the same ride.
Really?
I,
Oh,
I threw up,
right,
I threw up on
right.
that,
I
that
remember
weird
now.
one. That
Yeah,
weird
It was like
one.
the roundabout ride. He threw
And
up
then-
after that.
Yeah, then the Gravitron.
Then he went to go get ice cream.
The Gravitron is when he threw up and it just went down the side of your face.
Yeah.
He went to go get ice cream.
Dude.
Finished the ice cream in the Gravitron line. Went on the Gravitron and threw up on the
Dude,
Gravitron.
I have imagine
So
those
Wayne can't do
workers.
teacups.
That's still.
No.
I
Yeah,
can't.
no.
That's what I said the other
I
day. I
fucking
was
love
like,
teacups,
I was.
dude. I wish I
I
could
know.
Spin that
wish I could
shit
get
as
like
fast as
an
you can.
impact wrench and connect it to the spinning thing in
I
the
wish I
middle.
could hook up I wish I could hook up an auger to it.
Yeah,
there you go.
I don't like that one
Fling
bit,
me
dude.
backwards out. You know,
Fuck that, man.
I would go back to. I would pay $100 to go into one of those fucking carnivals just to fucking. If I could have like an express pass to where I could only do the Gravitron and I was the
stay on
first
it.
in line every time, I'd fucking do it in a heartbeat.
Jesus.
do you want to go? I think it's open.
Yeah,
I-
it's,
I
it's,
work
it's,
every
it's-
day.
I would say it's open like this week.
What time they close?
I don't fucking know.
I work till like 8 p.m.
I don't know.
If they close at 10, you want to go one day for an hour?
Maybe.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Um,
You can come too, Wayne. I'm not telling you you can't come.
Yeah,
Saying you
I'm
probably-
Go on the
there's,
Gravitron,
there's
you
a
bitch.
liquor,
Can't
there's a
come.
liquor store on the way.
Ooh.
Dude, okay.
Drink a 6-pack real quickly and then
Well,
go on the
actually,
teacups. Not the Gravitron, just the teacups.
Just
I
dude,
think they
yeah.
actually have like a beer garden section. Actually, I think.
Damn.
Dude, if they got a
I
beer garden,
think.
they fucking upgraded since fucking 2006.
I think. Because I remember the one time my mom and my dad joined me, my brother, and some other friends, and I think they just went like sat over that way, and I think they had like alcohol.
Like 4 point. Yeah.
That's saying.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm getting
Feel-
that.
feeling a
I
little
almost
toasty?
have that like my nasal canal kind of tingle, or I'm stroking out. Either way, good
Could be
time.
either.
Yeah, Kevin passes away.
So the other thing we got memory lane here
Live
is,
on the podcast.
So we're talking about all of it. Your
What?
parents know about it, right?
Oh,
They're gonna find
yeah.
out. The pool.
Yeah, so
Okay.
my parents went to the Outer
This
Banks
was
one year,
like-
and my sister went with them. So it was just me, home alone. I was a nice, ripe, like what was that?
Like 19.
Like 19,
Yeah.
years old.
You were driving.
Yeah, we all were. And it's my parents and my sister's gone, so my whole family's gone for the week. It's just me. I take a week off work to quote watch the dogs, even though they took the dogs with them. And I'm just at home, and Needsy was unemployed at the moment, so he was staying at my house.
And I was there like every day.
Yeah, Nick was there every day, and Needsy never left.
Yeah,
so like
he
when
was just there.
Nick goes to work eventually, and then it's fucking hot outside. And this was like not the very beginning of the summer, but pretty close enough to where like
Was it?
because going swimming in like lakes and stuff was still cold.
Yeah.
I know this because at the end of the story.
Yeah.
So I say to Needsy I said I wish we could go like fucking pool hopping to Walt's house or something like that, and he goes, yeah.
Yeah, I was away on a camping trip or something.
Away
Yeah.
on business.
Sorry, I just burped.
Damn.
And Needsy says, yeah, but what if we went to Walmart and bought a pool? And I said, we can't do that. And he goes, yeah, I know. And
We
like
can't do
and like
that.
5 minutes go by and I go, but what if?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So then we go to Walmart and we buy a pool.
Look around. We'll see the
And-
clearance section.
It was $100, so me and Needsy did 50-50. It was $100 even after tax.
Nice.
Okay.
Damn.
Gotta love that.
Me and Needsy split 50-50. So then we get back to my house and we're filling it up with water and we go, this is like too cold now because it
Yeah.
took so long to fill up with the hose that it is now cold outside because it's nighttime.
Yeah, the
Or
sun
it's
went
about,
down.
it's about
Yeah.
to be nighttime.
Yeah.
It's like dusk.
And I got a good idea. What if we make a hot tub? And he goes, great idea. Doesn't even say that's a stupid idea,
And
but
then they're
let's do
hit
it.
with
Just
the burning question: how do we make a hot tub?
so
were we even drunk?
No.
Was there even
No.
any alcohol involved in this?
I don't think so.
I can't. I just want
I
to make sure
get-
we got that straight.
if it was maybe like
me
a
and
couple
Needsy,
beers.
me and Needsy were wasted.
Oh.
Definitely.
Really?
I don't
We were
remember
drinking
this.
all day. We started drinking. We got back from Walmart, and then we could drink anytime until it was filled up.
Oh, okay.
So we're pouring. I get one of those old big milk jugs and fill
like a steel milk jug.
steel
Yeah.
milk jug, and I fill it with like rocks, huge rocks.
Yeah.
Just
Not
rocks.
pebbles, like rocks.
Stones.
Yeah, stones. That's a better word for it. Yeah, stones. And we put it in the middle of the pool to where the lip is just over the top. And then I say, well, we put the stones in there. That way, when we start the fire, the stones heat up and they hold more of the heat, and then it radiates off the metal.
Yeah. Science.
Heats up the water. Yeah.
Yeah. And Needsy goes, that's a good idea. So then we start dumping the gasoline in the
And
milk
this
jug.
is sometime around where I arrived. I walk into
Yeah,
the
Nick-
backyard
yeah,
and they're
Nick-
pouring gasoline
Yeah,
into an
Nick-
I was there
inflatable
too.
pool.
Let's not forget. I was there too.
I know, but that's
We got
around the time.
I thought you came later because you came later with
Yeah.
Yeah.
you came later with your ex.
Yeah, all I know is I was there. I got a video of the things that are going to transpire on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I pour the gas in, and me and Needsy are both at the time also smoking cigars actively,
Yeah.
hanging out of our mouths,
pouring gasoline.
pouring gas into a bucket.
Yeah.
And I just hear your ex say, "What are you guys doing?" And Needsy goes, "Something stupid." And he takes his cigar out of his mouth and he throws it in the bucket. And it, make sure if you guys do this to
What? No, that's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say, "Do not try this at home."
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Needsy, what's in the bucket?
Make sure you check to see if there's any holes in the milk jug, like we didn't do.
Yeah.
And gas was leaking into the pool the whole time.
I'm pretty sure
You ever
gas
see
floats
that-
on
you ever see that
water.
movie? You ever see that movie about the ET or not ET? Jesus Christ, PTSD. You ever see the
Hammer
movie
claw.
about the BP oil spill? Well, once Needsy threw that cigar into the bucket of gas, the bucket lit on fire. But then so did all of the water around us.
Yeah.
And then me and Needsy both immediately fall backwards out of the pool and wait for the pool fire to go out. And then we try it again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, it was so funny because like after the initial, like you almost both burned yourselves really bad.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, pour some more gas on that bitch.
Yeah.
It was still a match in it.
Yep.
So then we tried it again and it did the same thing. And then it was too cold to go in and also it was contaminated water.
Yeah.
It was
And,
just gasoline.
can't
was
drink it.
Cold
Yeah.
water.
So then that was it. And then like a few I think it was like the second or third day until my parents came back, and then when they eventually came back that day we waited to clean up the mess meaning get rid of the fucking pool.
Yeah.
The pool
Prison
gas.
shanks of fucking.
And I say to Needsy and I go, "Do you want this pool?" And he goes, no. And I said, and they said, do you? And I said, no. And I said, okay, cool. And then Nidzi prison shanked the side of it. Like he stabbed it like fucking 67 times. Like that fucking.
He gave it the old Julius Caesar.
I was just saying, what was that beetle that got shivved in his fucking kitchen?
Oh, George Harrison.
Yeah, that pool was George Harrison, and Nidzi was I can't
guy.
remember his fucking,
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey shanked the shit out of the fucking pool, and then the water dumped all over the lawn. We just rolled up the pool and just put it in the trash can.
There you go.
And nobody asked a question.
And nobody.
And there was no evidence.
It was like an episode of Phineas and Ferb or something.
Yeah, seriously.
Now, here's a question I want to know. How when did you tell your parents about this?
When they saw the water bill, I was like, Kevin, how many showers?
I never heard anything about it. Like,
Wow, an extra $150.
What the fuck?
I brought it up, and they were said, "Oh, it's funny." Like, oh, and then I never heard anything else about it. So that was
Oh,
good.
that's cool.
And
I'm
if I
happy.
did hear something else about it, I already forgot.
Yeah.
Granted, that was fucking years ago. But yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
So I think that's about all we have time for today.
Yeah.
Oh wow, 106.
I
Yeah,
know,
I know,
dude.
man.
And like
Another,
last
like,
week,
kinda
we have
long
so
one.
many things to bring upon next week.
Yeah.
I know it's
rough.
rough.
Yeah.
We're never
glad-
going to have a
I'm-
short podcast again. We're
Yeah,
never going to have a
I
short
I know we're gonna be
podcast
running
again.
past an hour every time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wayne, would you like to close this out?
Yeah, give me 2 shakes of a
a
Lamb's
wiener?
Taylor. I was deeply give me two shakes of my cock over here. I was deeply entrenched in my in making the notes for the next episode.
Yeah, it's like I kept highlighting shit while I was trying to read it. It was
Yeah.
annoying. But anyway.
Yeah, as always, guys, thank you for listening. Subscribe, follow, favorite wherever you're listening to us. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Podcasts, and Overcast. We're not forgetting about our singular Overcast listener.
As far as
I'm
we know,
talking to
we
you.
love you.
I'm
We always
talking
love
to you,
you.
Kevin's dad. I'm talking to you. Also, be sure to follow us on our social media. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram at Uncut Takes. Like the pictures, interact with the tweets. This is the first time someone interacts with a tweet. I'm really going to be excited about it. I would love to see some people interact with the tweets.
I know. I feel you too.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening and stay uncut.